Greetings, family, friends, frat, blue fire folks from all walks of life. Welcome to KARIMA'S Show and Tell, where we talk about everything LA. We talk about poetry, politics, ratchetness, relationships, love, movies, Hollywood stories, trending topics, and the realities of LA. I'm your host, Karima J. Spear, aka K2 on the mic. I'm a poet, writer, director, publisher, content creator, and deep thinker. If you want to find out more about me or my books, Free Runner Poems in the Wind, or Free Thinker Rebuttal Poems, visit KARIMA'sphere.com. That's KARIMA'sph.com. On today's show, we are having the Fifth Thursday Poetry Special. Poets as follow: K2, G.S. Scott Heron, C. Will, Brian Calderer, Zach the Poet, Ideas, DJ Divine, David Gale, Derek Brown, Washandra, Scipio, Salazar, Cyrus, Miss Shoal King, Kenny, Food for Thought, Campbell.
Kwame, I knew you were going to do it.
Kwame, messing it up. My bad. DM Collins, and many more. But before I forget, let me tell you about all the music we're going to play, because once we get started, we're really going to get started.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? We're going to, number one, the songs that we're going to play are Aquarium by Nasa Thing, which was just played. Revolution Will Not Be Televised by Gil Scott Heron. Number 3, Heron. My bad. Even G going, Heron. Oh my God, she gonna kick my ass after this, y'all. Thunder by Jay Dilla. Ploylessness by Mums. Heart by Cunning Linguist. Jazzy Poetry by Last Poets. Spikenard by MF Doom. Me Today, You Tomorrow by The Watts Prophets. Cosmic Slot by Pete Rock. Escape by Black Alicious. Exhibit C by J Electronica, and finally by Apollo Brown. So here we go. We're going to get started right now, right here after the music section. We're going to get started, and hope you enjoy it, okay? Here we go.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials, because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nubs. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner, because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run, or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still life of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry R. Women Liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Keys, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck, or The Rare Earth. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. For the original.
Greetings, this is K2 on the mic. The poems I'm going to do today is Out Here in the Wilderness and K2 the Mountain. So it goes like this. Stand back 200 feet, son. Windshields can't save you. My words hit harder than Santa Ana winds. They earth bend like earthquakes, waking from your slumber. Lumber is what I'm carrying out here in the wilderness. Timber! Life wants to swaddle you, but it doesn't have any good intentions like newborn mamas. It wants to pacify your movement. It wants to match your outfit with its purse. It wants to bundle you up with its accessories. But you can't live like that. You gotta bust out, break out like a 3-year-old with new legs. You gotta run hard, run fast, past the lumbering giants, past the interference of obstacles, past this thought of not enough. Timber! You gotta do without witness and solving. Little Tommy jumps off a curb, almost gets hit by a teenager on a bike. Mama says, boy, you can't do that. You can't do that. And he turns to his mom and says, I gotta jump. I gotta jump. It was unexpected. Unexpected like Guillermo del Toro's Cronus, and it just sat there, golden in your hands, opportunity. You not knowing what to do with it. An opportunity is missed by most because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work. Thomas Edison, this is medicine for your ailing spirit. Timber! You want a fair shake in this world, you gotta take in this world. You gotta develop all 3 eyes to triple beam in this world. The packaging is scared of you. The blade is held tight inside your belly in the shape of a lightning bolt, nowhere near the edge of sight. You gotta push forth through the plastic walls, through the paperboard labels, into the daylight where the vampires of this world. Burn in your sunlight. Don't shake your head, no, you know I'm right. The sheer thought of this is Wordsworth. Now fan it, baby. Fan it, can't can it, cause it's fresh. Out from the underground like beats, nourishing your life's force, thumping with your life's force. Outward like Dre's beats, into back alley whispers. Stop thinking of suicide, cause God made assholes too, and they don't think of suicide. This is a love letter to you, drenched in truth. You may be always outnumbered and always outgunned, but you ain't never, never, never alone out here in the wilderness. Yeah. People claim that I'm hiding. I'm not hiding. You're not listening. I write in camouflage. Too down to earth like snipers in tall grass to hear the twigs break. Snap, snap, oh snap, oh snap. That boy scientific got shot. Who's the scientific? Nothing terrific. Just some acidic critics saying nothing. I'm Riddick in this pitch black, lacking no vision and seeing you. Why don't you take your cape off when you run your capers out here in the streets, assimilating poetry into what can get the next finger snap? I'm not saying that's whack. But my heartbeat don't beat like yours. So why should my poetry sound like yours? I'm more concerned about living right in the sight of God's memory. I'm not on that tomfoolery in my schoolery like some blaspheming saying that I'm a clocker. I ain't no clock. I don't tick or tock. I'm more like a watcher. Stop hiding, stop hiding, stop hiding your face. Stop hiding, cause ain't no hiding place. You do this to be famous. I do this to breathe. Honestly, I do this to breathe. This is my therapy, the way I deal with the world and me. I have dreams like Daniel, frightening like lightning, and lightning like that chest tightening. Air is precious. You don't believe me? Lose it. Don't let that cool make you a fool. Let your choice make you the chosen. I choose not to recycle any word I heard another poet recycle. That's a vicious menstrual cycle. Making themselves suspect and liable for trying to be that next American Idol. Deflecting that introspect. The greatest thing a poet can do really is write something that changes his own and the world's worldview. So fellow poets, don't bore me. Delight me with your honesty, letting the people know it's not all about the applause. What's your cause for being here? Stop hiding, stop hiding, stop hiding your face. Stop hiding, 'cause ain't no hiding place. I'm bougie, I'm ghetto, I'm bougetto. You can call me what you want to call me, but you won't call me no bullshit. You can call me Mr. Flag on the play, 'cause ain't no kidding in my play, no nursery rhymes in my spine, no blind leading the blind. Moreover, you do not read me like numbers when I'm counting on you to do your own mathematics. The world does not need more addicts looking for their next fix. It needs activists wanting to fix this broken system. We need you to do more than just exist. We need you to keep sheer thoughts warm, the predators away, and the lost ones from going astray. This is not lit to end up in an ashtray. But you don't hear me though. You hear me like 3-year-old Mateo. Linda, listen to me, Linda. Listen to me, Linda. You ain't listening to me, Linda. I guess I can't get through to you. I guess I'm hiding in plain view, like K2, the mountain.
My name's Zach Promuter, and this poem is called Two People.
When two people love each other, they drink and talk about the bad parts of their lives. They talk about the love they used to think existed and the hatred of what's to come. They may be cynics, they may be alcoholics, but nevertheless they are lovers. Stinky little love-infested creatures with dreams and other unnecessary baggage, trying to live out something that they read in an old book of poetry from Ireland. They sleep together when their schedules fit. They eat at shitty restaurants that mask the horrible taste of their food with glitter and nice tableware. They try to go out, but he is always busy, drinking and hating himself, which are both very strenuous tasks. They love each other until one of them loses sight of the sparkle that used to rest comfortably in the eyes of the desperate dreamer. They begin to bicker over nonsense, fighting over a kiss that lasted too long, arguing about a lack of planning anything. He yells about not feeling wanted, and she finds another man that makes her forget about the past. They drink and laugh, and talk about the bad parts of their lives. They hold each other when a song they both recognize graces the rusted jukebox, and they dance to the sad sounds, thinking about different times in their lives, singing the same song about different people. This new man quickly becomes her muse, and the old bag of bones that can't stop thinking about what has already been stripped from his hands cries alone in his room, drinking a $3 bottle of wine and singing to the moon, hoping his words will reach the ears of someone that needs to hear them. He is another victim of love, another soul that thought someone would want to see his face and hear what was on his mind for the rest of their miserable lives, another child that thought the light was a place for the ones with darkness in their hearts. Now he sits alone on sunny days, and cloudy ones too, drinking his pain away, because there's nothing else to do.
Alright, this next poem is titled, Fuck the World. Fuck the world! I'm hanging out with you tonight. Yes, you, the one with the orange safety vest on inside out. Yes, even you, boy with the flute for a tongue. You and I are gonna have a drink tonight. The world can wait. It's fucked us plenty of times, so now, with empty shot glasses in hand, yell with me. Fuck the world! I'm hanging out with you tonight. Fuck this fucking world and everything in it besides you and tonight, because tonight, we are not young. The world doesn't look any different than it did yesterday, and I'm fine with that. Tonight, we are drunk. Not off of life or temporary love, but whiskey. Lots and lots of tender whiskey. Our favorite bar kicked us out because apparently peeing on fake trees is frowned upon in public. The sidewalks banished us because apparently they don't like being peed on either. And the forest, you ask, showered with our urine as if it were an expensive champagne and the trees were daddy issues. We are forced to the sewers, but we are drunk and fucking the world while everyone else sleeps and or masturbates. How does it feel? How does it feel to fuck the world? Does it feel like lotion on dry skin? Or does it feel like Greek goddesses feeding you grapes and telling you that your dick is bigger than the Empire State Building on stilts? I know you really can't explain how it feels. You don't need to. Your belligerent smile says it all. Your whiskey breath tells me everything I need to know. You're happy, you're drunk, and you're fucking the world. So am I. I'm right there with you. thrusting my hips in a comfortable rhythm, trying to make the world come before I do, which we all know will never happen because I get excited. And I mean, come on, how many times do I get to share the pleasure of fucking the world with you, working with you side by side, trying to fuck the world together with a drunk dick and a condom that has been in my wallet ever since I was 15 years old? Doesn't that sound fun? Well, it's a fucking blast. There's a lot of sweat and thigh cramps, but it's rewarding because at the end of our adventure, on the final mile of this alcoholic marathon, we can climb on top of a mountain, stare off into the detailed abyss with a devious smile, tap your friend on the shoulder, point off into the open world and say, yeah, we fucked, and it was magnificent. Thank
you. My name is Brian Caldera. This is Bluesman. My grandfather was a blues man, best you ever heard. People used to tell me jazz was the hardest type of music to master, but no, not for him. Not the way he used to play, effortlessly, mastering the rhythm. He was the music. The guitar was just along for the ride. He played a beautiful ash-body cream-white Strat. He pawned one day to pay the bills, after his wife left him, after he swallowed his pride and worked day jobs with the rhythmless. But at night, would blare the blues again. His last cousin developed cancer and his mother died soon after, leaving him the last Conway left, until one day he too died too soon. We know better than to say it wasn't suicide, but his death couldn't be labeled lack of hope. We just know he plays the blues no more. Get your lovin' while you can. We're spending time faster than it's coming in, at a time when women started selling their bodies and men their dignity, trying to climb themselves out of poverty. I was making money through poetry. Not much, but I didn't need the shudder when people ask where it came from. It's a terrible, depressing thing to talk to people stuck in their path. They barely have their weeks planned out and not much after that. They just slump around saying, well, you gotta do something. They dig themselves deeper and deeper into a life of monotony, not a decent gambler in the bunch, counting their odds, playing it safe constantly, with nothing much more to gain either way. I understand there's bills to pay. I have them too, but I still choose to play the odds. I still choose to count dead money, let those counting on me to cling to someone else. They often do in times of stress anyway. I want to gamble till I die. I pray I die before I learn to regret my decisions. She was crazy in a way only women are allowed to be. We had breakfast of whiskey and sunflower seeds. She sang beautiful songs in the cemetery no one was around to hear but me. She was lovely and beautiful and crazy in a way only women are allowed to be.
See Will? Page. I see a page, and I want to fill it up to the top like a cup as it slowly overpours, overchores and scores off the table and onto the floor, slowly streaming out the door, customers screaming out for more. It's hot, straight off the presses. Someone says that Will confesses that he's the best there was and the best is. Now investors are sizing up like dresses, want to see if he fits the bill. Is Will the real deal? Is Will that ill? And is he the one that killed Bill? Chill, that's a little too much. Strokes of genius like a paintbrush, feeling like I'm gonna faint. What a rush to get a crack addict to squeeze the bus, like a crack addict that needs that puff. Trust only my instincts, cause your shit stinks, then it's extinct, and I'm on the brink of greatness. I'm really low maintenance, changed up the game, ain't been the same since. Now I got dollars, I stay ferocious like Rottweilers. Always at work, I got blue collars, got followers like Moses leading his people out the promised land. And I promise, man, the juices will flow like pomegranates. And I got a plan, and I'm sticking to it like the clutch on an old Buick. Unforgettable in every way, like an old duet. Give my all to it, fresh to the last drop, to squeeze into the cash pot. Can't stop like the hands on a big clock, like a murderer's hands on a Glock, like a dope boy with bricks of yay to chop, to take what I got, to go from the have-nots to the has, from quarters to halves, from saran wraps to freezer bags to, oh, he think he's that bad, he's got that swag, yeah. And while you suckles is bleeding, I soaked it up in a rag. See, it's more than a fad, it's about longevity. longevity, prosperity, and clarity for my eyes. Because when these fake guys, with their fake disguise and assortment of lies, and one of them tries to get a rise from C, Lord knows they gonna need a ride to emergency. Need to have a sense of urgency like me, whipping out poetry candidly and clearly for people to see on the other side how greener the grass is. Now, if y'all out there, please raise your glasses, because we never leave life as is, but as masters. Why are they stereotyping me? Why are they stereotyping me? I'm not a stereotype, Panasonic or Sony, but they're talking about me, then they must be groupies. But wait a second, I don't know them, and they certainly don't see Will, and I feel they're playing me tight like a wedgie, spreading lies about me like confetti, got me twisted like confetti. No, because I'm black, I'm not related to Denzel, Obama, or Nelly, and I wasn't in Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, or Belly. But wait a second, yo, they're hilarious and silly, but yo, they need to be 76 like Philly. So why are they stereotyping me? You know what? The other day they saw me wearing a kufi, and they said I resemble one of those terrorists on TV, the ones that hijacked United Airlines Flight 93, destined to hit the White House in Washington, D.C. One did hit the Pentagon, and two flew into the TWC. Now, because of mistaken identity, I'm the enemy, and me and Osama should be both floating out on the sea. Lord knows what happened if I was wearing a dashiki. They'd probably pee-pee in their pants. They should be ashamed of their ignorant arrogance. Yo, for as smart as they claim to be, their brains are smaller than baby hands. So why are they stereotyping me? Oh, wait a second. I'm the reason they moved to a gated community. Heard about my shucking and jiving, tomfoolery and coonery. Said I fit the description, DWB, black, 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 yeah. Height, any, weight, plenty. What facts? Already presumed guilty. I'm low down and filthy, but that kills me. Wait a second, I'm the killer. I bag bodies like hotties, which is an everyday hobby while drinking malt liquor. The reincarnation of Richard Wright's bigger. Wait a second, I know they like that. I'm the drug dealer. I'm taking the crack. I'm stealing the clothes off the rack. I got 10 baby mamas. I'm as promiscuous as Shaq. I'm a wife beater if I wear a wife beater, but if I drive a nice Beamer, my hoes get pimp smacked. Wow, that's whack. And with that type of thinking, I hope they never come back. So why? Why are they stereotyping me? My ancestors didn't ask to come to this country in the first place. Work us to death in the greatest by wearing blackface. Now we're caught up in your rat race, spending your propaganda in the birth of a nation, and your bell curve had the nerve to say we were devoid of the process of rationalization. That's why Carter G had to tell the world of the Negro's miseducation, and Thurgood Marshall marshaled out separate but unequal for Brown versus the Board of Education. The Arkansas Little Rock Nine crossed the lines of segregation. And fear is a coward's manifestation, and anyone stereotyping has accepted this invitation. That's why the Jews were placed in concentration camps, and the Native Americans who welcomed the Pilgrims, who then turned on them and robbed them like banks, stole their land and said, "Thanks for giving." But that's not the story most tell their children. So finally, why are they stereotyping me? Underneath the skin, we look exactly the same. Our physiology, anatomy, DNA ingrained with the exact strains of polypeptide bonds and nucleic acid chains. Our corpus callosum connects to left and right brain, but let me stop. Why should I have to explain? We're all educated, but contrary to popular belief, that thought is exaggerated. See, I understand that when we're isolated, the view of our world can be corroborated. I even understand that I am through and I'm out. Peace.
Kwamel, Soul Brother number 7, coming at you. Twitter, Instagram, at KUAHMEL. Follow, I like to talk to the people. Peace in the Pocket, coming up April 19th. Get that book now, worldstagepress.org. Let's go into it. First piece. Women, you were right about men. You call us on our BS, we refuse to listen because we swear we don't know what you're talking about. You know the rule. On TV, when one says, I don't know what you're talking about, they're guilty as charged. That deep denial tap dance is a hell of a drug. And that's us with sexism, almost like white folks are with racism. These words are not turds polished for pandering purposes, no. You got us dead to rights. We cheat on committed relationships. We harass y'all on the street like we ain't got no home training, like we're owed attention, like we're owed the box. We got the nerve to get religion when we have daughters and police their sexuality, yet boys will be boys when they have sons. We make y'all hold sex dear and sacred, yet ramble along everywhere and then kiss and tell. We'll mansplain this double standard until the cows come home because, well, Just like in areas where you have advantages, we like to have our cake and eat it too. Most males won't admit this, hence the unequal pay structure at work, the lopsided laws on rape, the expectation of y'all to be super moms while we expect pats on the back for minimal dad duty because, so many biologicals didn't bother. Women, you were right about men. We're as trifling as you said we were, we're as insecure as you said we were, we're as deadbeat as you said we were. Especially if you were ever with another man, oh no. Because his penis must be bigger, sorry about that, dirtier than ours. We started the body shaming and other looks issues that women have, exemplified how we expect dime pieces, where many of our baby mamas were grind pieces and sex for a desperate time pieces. And we got the nerve to want y'all to submit when we can't even pay the cost to be the boss. Especially when y'all are more degreed up than us, more well-traveled than us, drive nicer cars than us, own homes sooner. Where do we win besides privilege? Women, you were right about us. You win. So where do we go from here? That piece. Next up, want y'all to know, I got a couple of albums. One of them is called Call the Album. Please go get that, KUAHMEL.bandcamp.com. Get on there right now. This piece is from it. This is called Springtime Fresh, because it's about that time. Ain't no better days than in the months of spring. You know it's such a marvelous thing. Instead of gray, the skies are the blue at UCLA. 3 different shades on display. Not too cold, not too hot. Just right like a glass of lemonade that hits the spot. Who wants to spend all day inside when you can wash the whip, gas it up, and go for a ride? Got that Kool-Aid smile because the chrome is glistening. Music on point where the party cuts are easy listening. Go to the shop to tighten your dome. Everybody knows your name so you're never alone. All the heavy winter gear shelved up. Time to dress in a little less and let the good feeling swell up. March 1st, rain or shine, young ladies get to showing legs and baby, 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 it's so fine. The Howard Johnson record blows my mind because right about now, it's so springtime fresh. I'm feeling so blessed, like I saw in grandma in church. 'Tis the season to quench my thirst and not be cooped up in the rest because I feel so wonderful in springtime fresh. With every week that passes, college chicks come home on a break from classes, and that freshman 15 did them justice, So rewarding like the finale of your favorite show. I may not be Irish or Christian, but when them St. Patrick's and Easter kicks drop, I'm on a mission to get them. Got to match my pastels and greens, such as the nature of spring. Like when baseball bats cracking ping, hoops championships, hit the sports balls with the spicy brews on tap. Moms done broke out the old-time recipes, passed for generations along the family tree. What time is family day cracking? Like Gene would announce on the show, I'm ready for action. The Buried with Children types are off to the park, no matter if it's Six Flags or the local grass field. Better movies hit the screen. Worth investing in on a nice day with the one of your dreams. Option open up, you're a lot less limited, and whatever you start, you can finish it. That's why it's so springtime fresh. Crispy like a whole new wardrobe, or leaves in the trees. See the clouds and feel the breeze. Watch the pollen though, it'll make you sneeze. That's emphatically like springtime fresh. Gone.
It's David Gale. You can check me out on Facebook. Come check out the Lamplight Poetry Reading. It's a poetry reading I host there. It's untitled. And so you crash on a calendar of days like a wave in the belly of a being far greater than your state of being. And so some other person had the same thought you had, and you wondered to yourself if that made it more or less pointless. And so you thought you knew the answer to that question, but next week sends you a scribble on a napkin across the kitchen counter, and you change your mind into a garbage bag of leaves that dances like a gust of autumn that couldn't keep its damn mouth shut. And so you fall to the ground, clump into a pile, harden into a whetstone, and kiss the knife again and again to forgive yourself. And so you begin reaching out with each breath, taking in a magic to keep your dumb ass alive. As you die because of stillness, become a fizzled tornado one small child stood inside of once and danced. You stop, say, I'm not old, just tired. Unity turning into a word for death. Aim not to be the miracle where they store the wasted potential. We're all living the same sad life if we let ourselves. You can't let the misery convince you to let yourself. And so you sit on their curb there, hopeless, draped over your shoulders, talking to yourself as if to the divine. He's so much shorter than you expected. You ask your company, how do I know you are who you say you are? God says, sorry. It comes with the title. It is difficult to say. I'm a bit dry in the mouth from a medication, a recent surgery. What can I do you cannot yourself? You have made me into the skin of so many cities. Look at my hands. Look at how small they are. Notice how they call me God. Not old, just tired. And this one here is called Heartbreak is a Necessary Act. I do not keep my heart in my chest. After all, that is not where it belongs. I piece it out purposefully. I find it dishonest to protect it. Much of me is for safekeeping, but the heart is not among the like. I keep my failed attempts at wooing women, for example, in the palm of a flower seeking forgiveness for its beauty. The petals drink heavily and spread wide to feel for the next glass. I keep what I should forgive in the furnace that never burns. I am not as good at letting go as I wish I was. I have kept the sound of my father's hand coming down on my brother in a room where I do not go, where I have left all of the lights on, where there is an upright piano that after 3 years of music is never played again. I keep this room inside a baseball that I toss into the air to myself as an excuse to look at the sky without being overwhelmed or lonely. I keep the sky in the parts of my childhood I no longer remember, save from the '94 earthquake, which all over my mother's floor. Her voice is all over the kitchen floor. That morning, it was the strongest thing I have ever heard. I keep the quake in a bucket of ice cream I had to eat as fast as I could because the power wasn't coming back on, because ice cream beats electricity any day of the week. I keep the days of the week where I cannot find them because it is such a joy to be lost. I keep much hidden from myself to keep the feeling of lost. I recently found my way through a memory on the lawn of my family's first home, my way through remembering my cat's face and mine while I cried love's lost out and he purred, my way through the attic of my first job where I began my education in poetry. I keep the poems I've written in a pile of firsts. All the initial moments know each other, and I tell myself one day you will all burn, but not today. I keep the burning day in a damp cave I visited as a teenager when home began its slow loss of meaning. I keep the life my brother shouldn't have lived, inside the lip prints of strangers on the glass that separated me while visiting him. I keep the tears of my mother and father from the jailhouse parking lot, the treatment center lawn, in the bath where I held them in wet desperation. They left their eyes for me there. They might not know it, but I have them. I keep them. All of these things are safe with me. At any time, I can scoop them in with their many more, close them tightly inside myself. But I do not keep my heart in my chest because that is not where it belongs. It belongs in my mouth, in my hands, in my feet, equidistant between us, under the floorboards of love, in the ashtray, in the mailbox. Break it again, so I can give it another home. My heart is 3,000 years old, and it's everywhere I have already been.
Derek Brown. The poems are going to do my first book coming out April 22nd, entitled Articulate Scars, through Stillwater's Publishing. First one is called I Got You. Gazing in your freshly brewed eyes drops the needle on my wax. Your turntable of emotion just needs the proper track. So I'll spin my vinyl zen to the tune of the silver lining that'll unearth in those dark clouds in your head and hearts residing. Embrace my embrace. Let my inner sun rays take you back to lemonade and adolescent summer days. I'll pantomime much simpler times with your hands inside of mine. I'll siphon off that negativity as our fingers bump and grind, intertwine. They form vines that fortify our good mood. My love cup runneth over, baby, so I got plenty here for you. The heartbeat inside my palm allows your body's pulse to calm. We can write our own life's mantras. Hell, we can just read the book of Psalms. Come and rub this Buddha belly. Let my pheromones fill your lungs. Then exhale all doubt and worry when that sexual healing has begun. Come and surrender to this big old bear hug. I'm told I'm cozy like a couch. A big old Cadillac amongst these little hybrids out there, built for comfort and stretching out. I'll flash my grand piano smile, leaving yours from ear to ear. My mind's eye dissects your problems as my gentle words expel those fears. I'll first inquire about the struggle, then Q&A about the strife. If you whisper your dreams in my ear at bed at night, come morning's light, I'll attempt to give them life. 'Cause my attention, undivided. My motives just know they're good. 'Cause a complex woman can't be explained or ignored, fellas. She must simply be understood. Next piece is called We Out Here. Ladies, beware. Broken hearts behind swollen pecs and Teflon still bleed. 'Cause we out here, emotionally scarred, needing queens to third day their crucifixions and come for us, become grave robbers. Extend your hands down the stubborn palms that are too proud and most of the time just too damn stupid to reach up for the rescue, 'cause we out here insecure. Looking for the loves of our life at the bottom of a bottle and in pungent rings of hypnotic smoke. Trading our self-respect for chrome-plated bravado and then spreading an egotistical plague that ensures that little boys remain at the helms of these premature men, because we out here godless. Like a broken compass whirling its dervish. Demagnetized till mentally flaccid. Desperately seeking a direction in which to point, but lacking the courage it takes to aim inwards at ourselves. Ladies, we out here. We looking good. We out here. We smelling good. We out here selling you silver-tongued dreams through these $1 million smiles. But above all, ladies, remember that we out here broken. Peace.
What's going on? I'm Njeti T'Challa. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Njeti T'Challa. That's spelled N-A-G-E-D-I-T-C-H-A-L-L-A. First piece I'm going to do is titled Reflections of Tomorrow. Clouds sully the darkness. Atmospheric pressure drops. And I'm tingling from my nose to my fingertips. She explodes out of the dark like lightning. 2 seconds of daylight at night. Shock like 10,000 shotguns went off in the parking lot. Oh God, she's draining me, I'm losing it. Knees buckle from relinquished heart. Just please be gentle, I ask. Your being is my truth, your thoughts are my thoughts. You could tell me a chair is a bird and I will believe you. Your first is my last is your first. My only desire is to quench every thirst. You hold my heart's every key. Lord, have mercy on me. I'm a fool for you. For you, I would destroy my own legacy. Take your last name. This may sound wild, but I want to bear your child for 18 months to make our future more perfect. Walk barefoot across the desert to get you a cashmere sweater. I'm a red shirt on your team. I'm trying to get a letter. F that, make it a ring. This is my Super Bowl, sweetie. I want the whole thing. Tattoo your name on my arm. I'll write you a daily song. Susie Q, Susie Q. It's actually W, but I rearranged the alphabet so my Q's of love will be next to you. I'm a fool for you. I'm a fool for you. I want to be like Babies and Gaga, drool for you, write corny poems with corny lines like that. I want to fuck your aspirations until the seeds and greens from the sweat of yesterdays are perpetually called tomorrows. Let's bind goals from hope. Splice something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Lessons from my grandmama and your papa too. I just want to hug you. See, your embrace elates every shared orgasm from my past. Me stumbling upon the epiphany that I ain't really been living yet. Or at least my past isn't as good as it gets. I'm a fool for you. So we're gonna have some fun with this. This next one. This is titled "Corny Chocolate Poem" number 621. Shouts out to Cornrow Kenny. Yo, I miss my girl, my fudge marble swirl. She's my honey dip, chocolate chip, almond eyes, pecan thighs, and whoo, sweeter than a choco, chunko, jello pudding pop. See, she's so cold, she brings me sundaes on Mondays, and when I ask for it, warm glaze. See, I probably need to shake, sweetie, for she gives me diabetes, but baby, she makes me feel like 100 grand. Her words melt in my mind, but not in my hand. Milk's good for the bones, and hers got chocolate in it. Always had a thing for the dark-skinned. M&M's got me singing Candy Rain hymns. Can't wait till she come around so we can kick cat again. Thanks for your time, guys.
What's up, y'all? My name is Miss Gia Scott Heron. Hey. I am skinny, no doubt, but strong beyond measure. With rhymes so sick, you would swear I was under the weather, but I'm more like under the radar. I am more than my mistakes and my scars. Like my skin's hue, I am deep. Underground like conflict diamonds, I am a gem, a shooting star. The stardust that sparkles and surrounds me is a special design by God. So I know that I am amazing. No need for debating because amazing begins with am. And I am in this genre doing all that I can to prove myself worthy to carry my Father's message. Even though I am an imperfect vessel, even as with these demons I wrestle. So with pen cocked and mind loaded, every set I deliver is like an explosion. Like I got C4 packed to my chest and I ain't even got to the heavy shit yet. Like for instance, probably been blacklisted since birth because my pops Gil Scott Heron told the truth till it hurts. And as his seed, naturally I be both a free radical and a verbal antioxidant. Have you feeling like you in the Himalayas needing oxygen? But don't worry, I'll be your Sherpa. Never mind my gender. Because I'm tough enough to wear the dress, the pants, the skirt, and the suspenders. None better at putting these messages together like a bartender. Mixing metaphors like special concoctions. So impactful that failure's not an option. Success took me in when I went up for adoption. So my determination's like a car without brakes. You can't stop this. It's ridiculous how meticulous I have to get with this. Trying to make things plain and conspicuous. Relentlessly cleansing my perspective's lenses, I am a more than meets the eye type poet. A hard to define type poet. Not a fly poet, more like a ride or die poet who survived a drive-by type poet. Not an HBO Russell Simmons death poet. But see, when it comes to the future, I'm the next poet. I'm more like a feed the hungry, heal the sick type poet. More like a tell it like it is type poet. Old school, new rules, griot type poet. Plus, I'm irreverent, iconoclastic. Like Sarah Palin should take her tea bags back to Alaska. And Donald Trump should be tarred and feathered and sent to live in a barn in Nebraska. No, I am not scared. I says what I dare because I was born to bring light to the masses. One of the coolest chicks to ever wear a pair of glasses. Make amateurs think that maybe they could use some practice or take some classes. Because as for me, I'll always be the first, next, and the last. I am ready for hire, ready to perspire, bring the fire, never tire, and never sell my soul no matter who's the buyer. Because they'll soon be asking about me, that skinny, pretty little lyricist, the one they call Miss G. Because I am already so much better than I was before. I am whatever I say I am, and much, much more. So this next one is called Language. Yeah. As the descendant of those who had their language stripped from them, I was raised to speak English with proficiency, to speak it better than the captors, the kidnappers who forced this language upon my ancestors. Hell, if you're gonna speak only one language, might as well speak it well. But my tongue has tried other ones as well, like Chinese, Spanish, and even Japanese, like ni hao ma and sheshe ni. And a well-placed arigato and dojo sometimes got me extra pieces of sushi. Like, a mí me encanta la gente que habla español. A mí me encanta todo. This, I don't speak so well. This is not the language of my captors. This is me reaching out to other people of color. This is me reaching out looking for acceptance. Not because I don't love my own people, only because I refuse to accept being monolingual. Only 25% of Americans speak a second language. In many countries around the world, 40 to 60% of the people speak 2 languages or more because they understand that communication is a bridge, a key that opens doors. So the fact that bilingual education is not taught across the nation, to me, is disgusting. To be arrogant in our ignorance is cringeworthy. The fact that we now pride ourselves in our ability to send meaning in 140 characters or less, or send misspelled posts on Facebook that even autocorrect couldn't catch, this is what humility tastes like. It tastes like a fish out of water flapping and gasping for breath when there is air all around him. I taste it in the back of my throat as I try to make other languages tap dance across my tongue. I am Sammy Davis in English, but in foreign languages, I am Quasimodo. I am 2 left feet on the dance floor outside of my monolingual zone. But at least I try. I was at a recycling center, and a Latino dude asked the woman in front of me, "Está lista? Are you ready?" I overheard the white lady ask the Latino, "Don't you speak American?" I was behind her in line, and I didn't mean to bunny hop into the conversation, but my throat was choked with so much indignation that I blurted out, "It's called English, and obviously you don't speak it either." They both looked at me, the white lady with knives coming out of her eyes. The Latino dude was merely surprised, and I said to him, "Ella vive en Los Angeles, pero no habla la lengua?" And he smiled. The lady asked me who the hell I thought I was, and I told her someone who majored in English in college with honors. I could feel her suppressing the urge to call me the N-word. She said I had no right to speak to her that way because this is America. I said that's exactly why I have the right to speak to you that way. I wanted to lecture her about the history of how California came to be a part of this country, how it was annexed after the Mexican-American War, also known as the invasion of Mexico, but I knew it would fall on deaf ears. She had already started walking away, so I let her hold on to her precious ignorance. Let's wake up, America. I'll be your alarm clock, and I'll start with this question as a token. How are we going to start a discussion if we don't know the language that's being spoken? Thank you.
Peace and blessings, family. I'm Miss Show King. Miss Show King, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. What else? Fax me, all that. No. Page me. That's MSSHO, capital K to the ING. This first piece is a new piece. Y'all say new piece? I'm gonna stand like this. So I kind of gotta I'm gonna go in though. This is called While Being Black. I was in a writer's class. The topic was if. And I want to dedicate this performance today to Auntie Fee, who passed away. YouTube internet sensation. She was my auntie, for real. Well, it felt like it, because she cussed me out once, so, it's family. But rest in peace, sending love to the family and condolences. If I could say what I really want to say, play how I really want to pray, slay how I really want to slay, if I got paid my ideal rate, every day would be a good day. I got my hands up, but don't shoot. Now they going through my pocket, searching for my loot. Now they gunning through my wallet, searching for my proof. The struggle's hella real. Can't run a mile in my heavy boots. If I could drive while being black, I'll dip through my hood in the Cadillac. Matter of fact, I'll go and cop a Maybach and build some equity just so I can flip that. Cause you know I gotta sell it back. True that, cause in my hood I gotta give back, and when they don't, that's hella whack. Cause Uncle Tom make the bomb, not from where I'm from. If I could drive while being black, if I could laugh while being black, I'll tell you hella stories from way back. Have you feeling like Joe, like way back? Hella weak, like peeing all up in your slacks. Healing me from PTSD. I'm out of class, coming for my people in the streets. Raising your vibe and your mind at the same time. Are you ready for revolution? Cause it's game time. It's game time. If I could drive while being black, I'd dip through my hood in the Cadillac. Matter of fact, I'm gonna cop that Maybach and build some equity just so I can flip that. Cause you know I can sell it back. True that, cause in my hood I gotta give back, and when they don't, that shit hella whack. Cause Uncle Tom make the bomb, not from where I'm from. If I could read while being black, right? If I could read while being black, y'all, think about it. If I could read while being black, I wake up from this nap like ASAP. Build a school, teach the people like Halifax. We making deals, we can hella. Wait, let me start over. If I can read while being black, I wake up from this nap like ASAP. Build a school, teach the people like Halifax. Closing deals, making moves, making hella stacks. Imagine that if I could write while being black, I write hella wrongs like hella fast. All up in the courtroom like a law class. Justice will be as swift as an hourglass. First thing I would do is free our black asses. First thing I would do is free our black asses. First thing I would do is free our black classes. Then I can spread the love to all of the masses. Bring the spirit of the ancestors from the past. African kings and kings rising, and it's all on blast. If I could drive while being black, I dip through my hood in the Cadillac. Matter of fact, I gonna cop a Maybach and build some equity just so I can flip that, cause you know I gotta sell it back to that, cause in my hood I gotta give back, and when they don't, that shit hella whack, cause Uncle Tom make the bomb, nah, from where I'm from. If I could drive while being black, I dip through my hood in the Cadillac. Matter of fact, I gonna cop a Maybach and build some equity just so I can flip that, cause you know I gotta sell it back to that, cause in my hood I gotta give back, and when they don't, that shit hella whack, cause Uncle Tom make the bomb, not from where I'm from. If I could write while being black, look, if I could love while being black, if I can get free while being black, if I could rise while being black, If I was, I'm gonna just fade it out because that's just a snippet. That's just a little song. I just had to give y'all a sample. Little sample. Like when you're in the mall and they give you the sample of the chicken. And you be like, damn, that was bomb. So you go buy it. So yeah, hopefully y'all cop that when it come out. So I was trying to figure out my next piece, but I'm gonna just do this one. Real talk, you might want to fall back, cause I don't even rap. I call this the payback. I can't miss this. The future needs me on this path. I'm a real MC and I ain't cutting no slack. Cause see, I'm having flashbacks on oppressive setbacks. These socio-economical cutbacks. If you don't believe me, it's on the World Almanac. We are under attack. Red, yellow, brown, black. So play this in your system. This is where the truth is at. We're dealing with some racist hypochondriacs. The feds can't find me, needle in a haystack. But I'm on the underground. Y'all can cop my paperback. I tell you how it is. And that is just that. And I accomplished my dreams after all of that. Cause first they came in, they stole all the land. Then they built all their wealth on the backs of Africans. This corrupt institution wrote the Constitution. What the Gil Scott say? Cause I'm ready for revolution. From the Dred Scott case and Mateo Genesis to who really shot Tupac, Malcolm Martin, and Big. I see you trying to profit when you can't stop it. You want to sweatshop it? I'm trying to rooftop it. Roadblocks in my way, I see them every single day. We need a non-stop movement, more than just improvement for all of God's people, not just the top percent. Cause I'm doing the math and that shit don't make sense. And I'm doing the math and it just don't make sense. And I'm doing the math, that shit don't make no sense. But see, first you trying to hate me, then they want to love me. Increase your bottom line, now you're telling me you love me. Made in your jurisdiction, my greatest competition. The jury and I never even shared the same diction. Frivolous tickets, any city limits, no summer programs, and safe places for us to kick it. Hollywood want to make me just so they can break me. They want to study me and they don't even want to face me. This is for the struggle, this is for the hustle. This is for your struggle, this is for your hustle. This is for your struggle, this is for your hustle. I'm closer to my dream, reaching it on the double like a whopper, they say, from LA to the Bay. I'm closer to my dream, I'm doing it God's way.
How y'all doing out there? I'm glad everybody's enjoying themselves. This is KARIMA'S Show and Tell. This is KARIMA'S Show and Tell, the special, the poetry cypher. Hope everybody's enjoying themselves out there. We're going to go with a little music break and then come back to you on the second part of this cypher, okay? I hope everyone's enjoying themselves, and let's make it happen.
Ploylessness. My truth casts no shadows, cause it soaks sun like hot pavements, wet with guard fire. I go higher, beyond, before. When I was who I was, when the thought of what was wasn't what it has become, but a true representation of what it will be when it's done. Infinity's cousin, me, gave it that scar up underneath its eye after relief for lied. It was dissing me while we played a dozen. Don't call me stupid, and don't be talking about my moms. We in a cycle of antipathy, in the constellation, arms. But the truth be, we be sitting on corners, sipping corrupted quarter waters, playing jumping jacks, jumping at the first chance to jump up and dancing, shouting, shaking, show enough, show off our pittance, pitted against preparation, concentration, reparation, the constellation is on. 41 shots aimed at the nearest star, plunges peering the innards of who we are, bullets piercing our resilient flesh, reinstilling that brilliant death felt on the Atlantic floor. Fuck I'm here for. Life. Write these rhymes, get this dough. Liberty. The statue down where they be getting that dough. Pursuit. Hot pursuit. Boy, that nigga can run, and when he get caught, he can lie. Big black little white lies like Plymouth Rocks and Rushmore Mountains. Separate fountains in desperate moments. Purple Mountain majesties and strange fruit. What about freedom? The question is moot. The answer inventive but false. Been trying to get to the source since Juneteenth. I guess we'll soon see our history etched in stone and steel and gold and platinum, blinging like them first chains, stinging like them cursed names carried for generations. I carved this poem of emancipation and take it all in with a grain of salt and a grit of tooth. Ain't no smiles on the path to the finest fruit. I, inhabitant of the land of hate, proficient in its customs, strong of heart, survivor of the middle past, conquering the civil right. They ain't know I was smart to spook that sat by the door in the night. The equation on the back of God hand, known to it like it know me. Who the fuck you think you free? Been here since before the apple got plucked from the tree. Me, the snake charmer. Can't you hear my song? See the coy smile, smell my rage in the midst? Must have been wrong. Guess you ain't know my theory and style. The greatest ploy? Ploylessness.
That feel you and hold until you turn your head. That feel you and hold until you turn your head.
Hello, y'all. We back online. Okay, here we go. This is crazy, isn't it? Welcome back to KARIMA'S Show and Tell, where we are doing a poetry cipher. It's going to be hot, y'all. Thank you for staying tuned to the poetry cipher. The first one for the next section is Adrian Ziegler, followed by Ideas, DJ Davis, Derek Brown, Kwamel. Bucking it up real good on the mic. That's right. He dropping keys. He's pissed.
Keys of coke, actually. Big keys.
You got David Girl Sewell, okay? He gonna kill me. I know he gonna kill me. He like, what's my name every time? So let's get started.
All right, peace and blessings, everybody. I am Adrian Ziegler. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. ADRIAN Ziegler, ZEIGLER. This first piece is called "Pains of a Black Earthman." It's dedicated to my distant cousin Clementa Pickney and the rest of the brothers and sisters who died in South Carolina due to Dennis Ruth of that killing of the AME Church. Sun, rise, blacks and browns, uprise, emotions enraged by current conditions, ancestors displeased by present conditions. Energy and elements are real. Grab the earth that you can feel. Graveyards of melanin possess soil that can heal. Sprinkles of protection with chance of power. Mountaintops with the sunrise bestow ultimate power. Wash the enemy's name in oceans and riverbeds. Misfortunes to the KKK, misfortunes to the KKK, misfortunes to the KKK. Create melanin bodies in circles of fire. Obia and voodoo needed in these hours. Roots is more than a movie. Sankofa inside like Shango and Nooney. Great grandfathers and grandmothers' souls should be called up verbally and energetically. Black lives matter. Future doctors have been killed. Another black president can be real. Who knows what Oscar Grant and Trayvon Martin could have done? Offspring must produce offspring. Let freedom ring like King's spirit sings. Queens and kings must remain. Any sentencing for Bree Newsom is insane. Juju, hoodoo, vibrations due to Nat Turner, Mama Moses, Nefertiti, Alhaj Malik Shabazz are names uttered in rituals. Spiritual strength in melanin, blood, and wool. So cruel what the oppressors do to blacks and browns. Black lives matter. This piece is Dying Harvest, a haiku. It's dedicated to Alton Sterling in the Times. Cut down like fruit trees, golden years unseen, for he, their daddy, is gone. This piece is entitled A Tale Untold. A vessel born from fire, not made for this world. Unfelt by flesh consumers, they could not understand his masterworks. His dialect was unheard of. Only bouquets of peace buds could endure his soul. He sculpted monuments upon celestial cliffs. Where was he to blend in society? In his heart spoke compassion, which the public tried to pollute. His poetry was too deep for the masses. They tried to intoxicate him with their lies. No matter how much they grotesque him, they could not steal his most precious treasure, his honesty. Adrian Ziegler, peace and blessings.
How's everybody doing out there? Hope everybody's enjoying themselves. This is KARIMA'S show and tell. And we're doing a poetry cipher. And I'm hoping that everybody's tuning in. Everybody who liked this, please like it and also share it. It'll definitely show us a lot of love. And definitely all the poets here, please follow them. Buy their product, buy their stuff. Because the thing is, the artists need people to support them to continue to do their art. So please support them. Buy something so they can make their thing happen, make their thing pop. The next up to the mic is Senior Ideas.
Hello, I'm Ideas. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I am the host of Hollywood Post. I'm just gonna go straight into this piece. See, I could just walk and just listen and just feel the emotion, the grasp, and no one else can really understand me. The language, the art, the words, the expressions. I just want to feel the courageous, the sweat, the writing every time I try to breathe in. I just love this art called poetry. The emotion, the giving, the snaps, the claps, the pen became my own true venom. The love became my own true heart. I just love poetry. I just love to grasp the only words around myself and read the dictionary like my own true Bible. No one else can really feel my own true emotions. And when I walk on this stage, I just want to leave my own heart for the lesson. See, I love poetry. I love how we can just sit and together and write for 24 hours and knowing all words became our own true penmanship. And all words can encourage someone. All words can uplift someone. All words can break through their own true ice. And I just love this art. I can teach it, honor it, feel it, create it. Many times I want to think I can paint it. I can love it. I can choke on my own true words and let my own tongue become my own true cipher. So when I sit around the own true mic and no one else can really feel me. See, I just love the words of poetry when I sit around my own true watching Sarah William, Michelangelo, reading Shakespeare, Eric Ryan Forrest, whatever poet stand before this generation, we became our own true legends. See, when I love the art of poetry, so I can write it, and I can believe it. The heart became something else and make myself feel who I am today. So when I sit and teach it to my young kids, I want to pass the church to my young brothers, to my young sisters, so this art can continue, so we can stand together and know this is our art. This one here, I just wrote it like 4 days ago, so I'm going. Yes. I call it my queen. I never been in love before. And every time I walk around, I'm always thinking, like, what is really love? Is it some type of like? Is it that butterfly feelings? But what is the love I'm looking for? Maybe she's somewhere. Maybe she's high and then she's low. Where can I really find her? Is she around that corner and she's wearing my own true glaze? And I know she's that reflecting my own true mirror. She showed me the darkness became my own true lightness. I love her. And the way I feel her, she was not just some average girl I just met. We've been best friends since 2012. So when we told each other how we really felt, it became something really new. See, I love her as the queen she should be, as the woman she is me. She gave me something different. She saw me the light and she saw the presence. She did not see the outside. She saw the inside of me. She gave me a whole different inspiration. She saw the artist grow. She saw me grow. She is not just an average one. She is my queen, my love, my honor, my respect. She is the beauty, my own true chocolate. No one else can really take her from her. I really can declare, see, I can say I like her, but no, I can erase and say I love her as a woman, not just her where I met. I want her to be my queen, my love. I want to cherish her beauty, her kiss, her own true art. I know who she really is. I do not want to play games no more. I just want to settle with someone I love and respect and honor who I am. So she saw the light in me. She saw the kisses from the rose in me. She saw the reflection in my own true mirror. She saw the tears in me before we cried. She hold me. She cuddled me. Damn where she can damn well rub me down and kiss me. I love her. I can feel her own true aura. I can feel her own true energy. We talk for 24 minute hours when the sun is setting, the moon is rising. I want to feel her my own true words to her. I want to marry her to the point I can say, I love you, my queen. Peace.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. My name is DJ. Something I threw together for Women's Appreciation Month. I feel a lot of women don't get a lot of love, so I wrote this as the unsung song. So it goes. They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but I must ask, who is this mythical beholder? The answer I have found is the media. They always tell us what's the new trends and what new styles is just so in. It tells us as a society it's okay to lower our lady's self-esteem. No matter how much to the table this woman may bring. We may walk around them, calling them bad bitches. And if they act out, and it's cool, we give them a couple stitches. What kind of world do we live in where it's all good not to defend the creatures we call our better ends, or excuse me, our better halves? I think we forget as a whole what these divine spectacles are truly capable of. See, look. They got the fury of 1,000 suns, but at the same time, the peace and serenity of a dove. So I want to know, why can't they all be loved? They are what connects the spiritual world to the physical world. They accomplish this feat through the children they bear. So not love. How do you dare? These gifts of God are not superior to no man, but at the same time, sure not inferior to no man. But they are the man's equal. See, we are all created the same way. Each and every one of us, our parents, they gave us a birthday. My female counterparts go above and beyond for those they love. They make things happen that us mans cannot. They elevate and take men to a spot they alone cannot achieve. So why not believe when you see the proof?
Derek Brown, back on the mic. Peace to the good brothers. Today's news headlines gave my 4 headlines. Stress etched into my face from the public genocide of my race. The Klansman in white has become the boys in blue, trading their hoods for gold badges protecting them and not you. They're exempt from the laws they enforce with brute force while we're forcefully forced to endure their pitchforks. The expendable darker hues are left beaten, battered, and bruised, left to die in these streets built on our ancestors' backs, from indigenous to imported, whether red, brown, or black. This rat race we run with slave shackles still on our feet makes cheetahs that were born the swiftest easy prey like slow sheep. As the body count rises, our outlook grows more grim because they have yet to realize without us there'd be no them. Leaving utter disgrace across our proud black faces. Put there by unspeakable acts of socially accepted degradation, this lineage of ours far exceeds Master's cotton plantation. Because back then, we were sharecropping, working in the stables. And now we hip-hopping on big major labels, but ain't a damn thing changed. Because a black man in today's society is viewed as nothing more than a slave with his walking papers. So at the top of my lungs, I'm still yelling for freedom. But if you think you truly free, then you dumb. Chemical trails sprayed in the air, police brutality on the ground, hands up or hands down, we still can't seem to breathe. But this skin that I'm in is far from the original color of sin. So y'all tell me why they use this skin daily to paint this hell upon me and paint this hell upon we. Ashe.
Back at you, Kwamel, Sober number 7. Peace in the pocket. Pre-order now, worldstagepress.org. Articulate Scars from my man Big DB, Derek Brown. Get that on Stillwater's Publishing. Oh, yeah. Articulate Peace April. Hashtag, y'all. This was called Stones. Nelson Mandela, Noble Drew Ali, Ivan Van Sertima, Marcus Garvey, Allah the Father, Martin Luther King, Louis Farrakhan, Francis Cresswell Singh, Kwame Ture, Medgar Evers, Elijah Muhammad, El Haj Malik, El Shabazz, Khalid Muhammad, Huey Newton, Bobby Seale, Harriet Tubman, John Henry Clark, Joseph Ben Yakinen. Just a few of the finest of our people. Unafraid to buck the status quo. Step up, stand up when no one else would. Trigger the reboot and show us that we didn't need leaders, just knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and stones. Stones big enough, hard enough to knock out the opponents of freedom, justice, and equality. Stones to take great responsibility like those needed to deliver food, clothing, and shelter to the human families. Stones to lead us in ourselves in our own way to love, peace, and happiness. Stones to deliver the jewels, turn coal into diamonds. That piece. One more, and I'm out your way. Let's get funky, y'all. Hey, yo, jazz used to play like mad on Central Ave. 50 years later on Crenshaw, 5% is built on math. Quite the contrast. 2 time periods passed that the nostalgic wish would last. They crunch the teeth that remain in their mouth as they wax insane, since it's inane to want to time travel. The traffic is bafflingly tight like Nat Booty, leaving you not in the mood to do your duty and get through the day. You just want to pour Calgon and water and say, take me away, so far away. Oh, can't you see what the city do to thee? Everyday residents. Kind of why Bush did not want to touch down on a certain town when he was president. Never mind the optics, it's about how you feel. Is it NFL season yet? When will the gladiators hit the field to entertain the hoi polloi? The Negroes need their mind off their woes. The Negroes need hope for the future. Some sign that things will once again be beautiful. We just want smiles on our faces, right? Maybe that'll happen on an adjacent night. Now you understand what humanity will chase and fight. That's why movements that occupy our focus and time matter. To give us a chance to grow beyond the status quo into a world our minds wants to know. Time.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. David Gale back over here. Gonna do a poem, last good love before it turns sad. This is called Then Slept. In the place where you stood, an imprint was made. I was flat, grassy acreage where you pushed my leaves aside to later insert your sleeping body. You awoke and left with me shortly after, coughing up some brown from beneath, a reminder that I am of earth. For years you smoked to blot myself out, and soon by requirement will be gone, returned to the brown. It rains in my north, and in the place where you stood so close then slept invites the dexterity of water's collapse to open the place of your vacant slumber into a small spring, an alehouse, then a hostelry where on the east bank geese have dedicated their feathers and long necks to feeding their young. Where a wilderness is a good wild of good sense, where anything comes and goes, where I got drunk and tried to cave into myself before its impossibility remained, and you bethought outside me, where I wanted what I wanted, where the wind was picking up, and I turned dry, noiseless like fright, scraped away by emptied passing, how it pulls the ground beneath in slow, constant sighing, the moon so bright and poor mad it makes the night go underground to protect itself. I am without concealment, as the place where you stood pressed your cheekbone, then slept, deepens and possesses me. An owl lands in it, pecks at the sternum for signs of dark sky, asks me to release, to hunt, to speak, knowing I am not a creature of flight. So I begin whispering your name to him. A fawn misguides her mother to me. I turn my hands downward out, asking for a dance. A mole backs its way between 2 ribs, having already passed through all I have to offer without finish. A coyote takes its howl in a paw to make a hand, stands on 2 legs to lift a fistful of dirt to me, and I accept myself. Tell him about the knowing entrance you smile with when I've caught you in a kind lie. Schools of trout lead rain back into the place where you stood, gathered your arms pressed close, then slept, and it grew wide enough for a lake to push the shore by the wave out and fix in the mind its bottom, sing-songing your redolence which drew in all manner of beasts, grew up all kinds of forest, to what was now a valley fully ripe, where you didn't return, where the sun rose, set westerly without needing to explain itself, where I was given everything I needed in the time you were here because I didn't expect anything, and then slept.
She is not getting a gem but rubies. They can look in this king, but they can't touch the inner soul of the honest God inside us. Our destinies have intertwined and now locked in as one. Bondage free, we touch the sea's breeze, a love so pure like Adam's Eve. As I gaze in her eyes, it looks like endless stars and galaxies, a zone or realm other sapiens hadn't seen. I experienced this never before. Come explore my endless treasures. A fuck This is not or wasn't. Lucky, no, but blessed from Jah above. Can't deny the fact that we are a tribe unknown to mankind, poetically civilized, rebels of and in love, smoky love clouds above us. Cupid's arrows are gone, it lives inside only us and us alone. We don't write love letters on papers. Our inscriptions of love are written on our hearts. Our hearts lead us on this eternal pilgrimage that no one on earth but the one from apart can set us apart. It is like Asar and Aset, Lucy and Ricky, Cliff and Claire. It was then, now, and ongoing. Inseminate a piece of me and she, so forever we will be that dynamic team that will reign over a lover's city. All inhabitants are in love, but ours is the highest, magically put in the book of life. Romeo and Juliet ain't got nothing on us. Fuss, lust, and no trust doesn't exist in our world. Haven't you heard? She and I are inseparable. That's how you'll always be. Inseparable. Memorable, remarkable, comfortable, and assuredly lovers until the end of time.
All right, so it's the C-Will, once again, back up on the mic. Like Karima was saying earlier, so I got a book out called Poetic Expressionism. Just released it a couple of months ago, so definitely want to put it on blast. You can get it on Amazon, you can get it on Kindle, and you can also get it on Audible as well, too. You got to get the people what they want. So right now I'm about to get into some love stuff right here. All right, this one's called Chocolate. Long time ago, I was in love with her brown skin, rich chocolate, sweet cocoa, no preservatives, the best God ever made. Original, her taste criminal, make you want to commit murder for a single morsel, powerful. She could bring the world to its knees. Jacaranda, Mimosifolia, calling card, purple leaves, no one finer. The only way I could find her, but I wasn't the only one eyeing her. His name Coca, her co-signer. He would line her with a top-of-the-line designer gear. He considered his highness, but the relationship Chocolate and I shared, he was well aware. He wanted me out of here, erased from the picture. Then the goods would be easy to deliver. See, Chocolate was auspicious. Move weight from state to state without being suspicious. Every man wanted to taste delicious. And for Coca, she good for business. But I wasn't. One night, Chocolate was bugging, wouldn't tell me nothing, no matter how hard I tried. She eventually said, I love you, but if we stay together, you'll die. And what would you do if you were in my position? At that moment, I made a decision I would stand by her side. Chocolate then broke down and cried. She told me she didn't want me to stay because she couldn't bear the thought of having a broken heart or watching a lover get caught and dragged away. And I stood there in dismay. And at first, I didn't know what to say. And then I asked, what about you? What are you gonna do? And she replied, the same thing I was doing before I met you. I'm a drug mule. I have no education, barely finished grade school. Family indebted to Coca, I'm his crown jewel. If I left now, he'd kill them too. Either way, I'm screwed. And your soul is beautiful and mine is scarred. Go live your life. This is my only job. Kissed me and whispered, muito obrigado. Pequenos unhos que ninguém destruí-lo. Thank you, God, for it brought us together. Let nobody tear it apart. My heart throbbed, ached as I walked out that door enraged with hate. Set course to Coca's estate. Either I was crazy or making the biggest mistake. Can't turn back now, too late. Have a date with destiny, time to meet my fate. So as I arrived at his doorsteps, his goons presumed to pat me down. Stage set for the showdown. Let's say I didn't have to wait. Face bloodied from a couple kicks to the back. Bruised liver, never felt better as Coca stood above me, stroking his goatee, laughing with pleasure. Said I was loco, that I would come here for Coco, and I should have known better that he would never let her leave. Grabbed my face and told me I was lucky that he's still allowing me to breathe. And I spit blood in his face and I laughed hysterically. But the last thing I remember is waking up in some random cemetery. Blood-soaked clothes like Carrie, vision blurry, but my first thought was of Chocolate's safety. Just maybe she escaped despite. Then I saw a letter next to me that I looked at perplexedly, which I know I didn't write. And it was a letter that Chocolate somehow secretly slipped into my pocket late the other night, and it read that I was lovely and that she would always love me and that I was her shining light. Unfortunately for me, she's still the only one that could whet my appetite. Chocolate.
Yay.
All right, so this one's called Walk Like a Woman. Excuse me, miss. Excuse me. But you walk like a woman. Now, my intention is not to be rude, but your walk is mean, fair, screams, pierces eardrums, handed down like family heirlooms, antique, priceless Isis with a crescent moon physique. Now, if looks could kill, there'd be no reason to speak. But wait a second, I think I need a pacemaker because my heart just skipped a beat. By the time you hit the street, men flock like seagulls. The way you cut your eyes at them kills their egos, that their peoples are calling for disaster relief. Nicknamed Katrina, Irene, Sandy, and to say the least, what is beef? Because it sure ain't you. You a tall glass of fresh kale and lemongrass, and that twitch in your hips is a dash of sassafras. Each stride she glides like a pendulum. Left leg moon, right leg sun, and when they cross, eclipse. And if your walk was on YouTube, it gone over a gazillion hits, causing the server to crash and go skits. And all I want to know is if you get your walk from your mamba, or did you make a deal with the man and under? Because hell, that walk is fire, backdraft, and that's not even a half. It's all class, not status in society, but grace, humility, exemplifying self-respect. Demeanor pervades integrity. Radiance spans continents. Confidence is something she doesn't lack. Knows what she expects from herself and others. Sets the bar high and expects the same from a lover. She's a sister, aunt, cousin, friend, mother. Knows her worth and doesn't give a damn what anybody got to say. She is butter parquet, layered parfait, a sort of buffet. Yes, the thought of her can make you hungry, and who wouldn't? A graceful gazelle, movement leaves timestamps, imprint and memory banks, calculating the algorithms of your rhythm, fashioned by the divine, that your lines and curves are the picture of precision. Even the ground asks permission to be your carpet. And your shoes, they can't wait for your feet to slide on in. But it's sad that you have more than one pair, though, because you know jealous souls do not want to share. And I am well aware that her interior far exceeds her exterior in physical dimensions. It's in her genetic structure where one could read her for perfection. Every move she makes, every step she takes is imbued with spirit. Her walk is like the love scene with Alan Payne and Jada Pinkett and Jason's lyric. And if y'all young enough, y'all need to see it. You know what I'm saying? But can you see it, y'all? Because it's called passion. So men and women, as she's passing you by, stop and admire the imagery, a complex simplicity, divinity, because she walks like a woman.
Hello, I'm glad everybody's enjoying KARIMA'S Show and Tell Poetry Cypher. These are my books, because I like to stand up. The book is called Free Runner, Poems in the Wind, and the second one is called Free Thinker, Rebuttal Poems. I know my mom's out there asking me to do this poem, but I don't want to do that poem, okay? So I'm going to do this one. Weed could only keep me deluded and assimilated, too massive to be locked down. And I just found out now that the worst thing in life is not death. It is screaming out your name and not being heard. What's the word? Freedom for your mama, freedom for your brother, freedom for your sister, but no freedom for me. As search continues, shorties highlight who got game, only pursuing those who gleam green. She said she was looking for money. So I told her I was looking for ass, trying to sound crass. I thought a better question would be who got God. Life was hard. Mama, I'm not happy here. Which way is home? Not here, not now, but for right now, I'm in need of help to hold on. At minimum, a hug to hold on. And I've lost so much that they see me as heartless, wanting to depart from this, because sometimes on a river Styx, the surface tension can turn artless. When I come back, hope to come back in a highlight, in a blue light form. And as you refreshing your drink, had to speak some truth and not no hustle, some truth and not no hustle. The real revolution is the fight within, but to me, my soldiers seem to be marching too slowly. Lowly is my compassion with dealing with people of this world. So I apologize to me, my God, and you, because sometimes God brothers act like the foolish when they take kindness for weakness. Sweetness would be if the Million Man March was every day, the queen for me was beside me, and I wasn't labeled a black Haitian, because I ain't from here. Too near to drown the world to hear you call for more confusion, as many only trust, only lust, because it was giving you something that you could feel. And as you refreshing your drink, had to get busy living or get busy dying. So. Almost broke my mic. Okay, Mom, here's the poem. Here's the poem, Mom. My mom is listening on the East Coast. And if I don't do the poem, I'm never going to hear the end of it. Oh. She'll be mad if I don't do this poem. This poem's called Icon. This is Lucille Clifton's, one of my teachers' favorite poem from me. Okay. Midnight's over me, car lights in face, yet you claim not to see me, needing me for your money and your quota. Incense smoke surrounds my personal space, and nobody here knows my sadness. Emergency, somebody call the cops on this crazy fool, on this crazy fad, on this crazy color. Everybody trying to be like me, like black is a seasonal color. We are people, not t-shirts. Icon, stop for no damn reason, but he must have done something. Deviant, labeled deviant at birth. Look at me, really look at me, know me, change. Even Arthur Ashe was blacklisted. Bad ass, black male, bad intention, presume. See me as I am, separated from my queen, isolated from my mama's hand, blown away from knowing me. Incense ease my pain. They say I will fail. Forget them who say I will fail. Yield, black man, no rights during school hours. This world with its color code not black enough, too much black, but downgrading me. Yet you want to sell my shadow. Price is pasted on my forehead. It's hip to talk black, walk black, job black, wear black, with a little white collar in America. White collars make us look successful. Is it the way we lean in our Lexus that says that we doing okay? When you think of me, think of ebony, gold, chocolate, almond dip. Beautiful. And that's not like I had to write it down to know it. I'm an icon of my color. Thank y'all so much for support, and we still got some more time, so don't go nowhere, y'all.
I'm feeling nostalgic. I'll do what used to be. Feeling nostalgic. What used to be a number sign is now a hashtag. What used to be savoir-faire is now considered swag. Tweeting used to be something that was just for the birds. Now people do it in a place they call the Twitterverse. You used to need a thing called talent to achieve celebrity. Now all one needs is a YouTube channel of you doing something crazy like wearing a Chewbacca mask and laughing hysterically, or grab a finger and bite it like your name is Charlie. Going viral used to be a bad thing, but now it's like a goal. Some people love YouTube like Catholics love the Pope. You used to have to know how to act to be on a TV show. You used to have to memorize lines, but like me, that must have gotten old. Now people watch other people live their lives on TV and call it reality. Producers pack these shows with conflict to boost the network's ratings. There's no debating that what's trending here is a brand of mediocrity. To distract us from the politicking going on behind the scenes, see, we're watching these ratchet TV shows when we should be watching Washington, D.C. This world used to be dog eat dog, but now it's just hard to eat in a barren wasteland that claims to be made of milk and honey. The man known as Sean P. Diddy Combs used to be known as Puffy, but I stay in my lane and I keep slaying like my name is Buffy. L.A. is full of vampires anyway, a land of fake angels where I was born and raised, but I just stay true to myself, so I remain unfazed. What used to be a childhood dream of mine is now actuality. What used to be my daddy's job is now my legacy. So I'm going to embrace this art like it belongs to me, because when I listen real hard, I can hear it calling out to me. Because in dreams and in visions, I've been told in plain English that I'm destined to rock every stage that I visit. So like a game of Tetris, watch me rotate and wreck this. I used to be a child, but now I'm grown. And I'm going to save this place I call my home, even if I have to do it on my own. I used to play Nintendo, pero ahora yo entiendo que este trabajo es importante. That this job to me is important, and more importantly, I adore it. Insomnia is my best friend, so like Samuel L. Jackson said, I'll just sleep when I'm dead, but until then, it's time to go to work. So even when my eyelids are heavy and my neck starts to hurt, I'll just ignore it, because all that matters to me right now is this moment, because what used to be tomorrow will soon be yesterday. And evil still exists, y'all, it just goes by a different name. We need to recognize that what used to be has changed. This planet we live in is in peril, and it's asking, it's begging to be saved. So that's what used to be. And then I just want to shout out all my queens. Happy Women's Her Story Month and all that. So I'm going to do this for all the queens that may be listening out there, and both queens that are in here. All two of us. All right. But I will not let the microphone be dominated by testosterone, because the eloquence and elegance of a woman's essence and presence is a blessed experience. And who am I to deny you the pleasure? Besides, in the past, it was we who were denied, subdued, and censored. We with the power to make the population denser. We give life, so we need to be treasured. And yet in the past, we've been castigated, castrated, and footbound, knocked up and then beaten down. We have been oppressed, repressed, suppressed, and depressed. And yet we're still able to live longer and withstand the stress. And this is not an I hate men poem, because I don't hate men. But I do happen to believe that every now and then, every mic needs a little estrogen, just to balance things out a little bit. Just to make sure we keep things in perspective, so there's no need to be defensive, because see, life is not about hate, it's about harmony. Sometimes two opposites are necessary in order to make a whole that's complete. Men, in order to fully understand yourselves, you must also understand me. So please excuse me and do not accuse me of being mean, but ladies, you don't always want to be bombarded by all that hard, aggressive energy. You don't always want to hear, I'm so hard, I'll leave you feeling scarred, type poems. Or the ever-popular, yeah, baby, my lyrical vibes will have you trembling between your thighs, and then I'll do you all night, type poems. Don't get me wrong, male artists contribute something too, but if you're sick of them or simply had your fill of them, well, then I'm here for you. Look to me. Let me be your remedy, because ladies, I don't know about you, but sometimes I need a poem that reflects me, a mirror image of my femininity and a reminder of what we've contributed to this global society. Because see, this is what I'm annoyed with. Despite the enormous responsibilities with which we've been anointed, we've been disrespected, disjointed, and exploited. Our calls for equality, ignored, evaded, or avoided. Shoo, I'm good for more than just dropping it like it's hot. Man, I rock the mic so hard that without even leaving, I shake the spot. If life's a game, then I'm the coach. So a play isn't made until I say go. And James, I'm sorry, but it ain't a man's world until I say so. And until then, I'm just gonna let my feminine soul glow. Ladies, we gotta take responsibility and have the courage to tell our own story. Because, you know, instead of acknowledging the existence of a glass ceiling, I just say calmly, there is no spoon, and shatter the damn thing. Even if I am just a girl, my words and I were meant to be felt, smelt, seen, and heard. Because I'm made of sugar and spice, things both naughty and nice, and I can show you I'm a lady not once or twice, but thrice. So I will never back down or allow testosterone to overshadow me. Because in my world of poetry and activism, estrogen is always king. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
This is Miss Show King once again. The drum I had earlier, his name is Lady Moses. That's Lady Moses, the djembe. This right here is Madiba. She's gorgeous. I call her also the hip-hop drum. Because don't it look like the tables at school when you be like, ooh, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Speaking of hip-hop, I'm a hip-hop educator. Holla at your girl. I come to bar mitzvahs, quinceañeras. I come to, if your kids ain't listening, I'm speaking real right now. All right? If you need somebody, I'm a mentor. Y'all can hit me up, MissShowKing.com. That's MSSHO King.com. And I'm still, yeah. So I got the hip-hop drum, but I'm like, okay. Mr. Officer, please come clean. Mrs. Officer, please come clean. Will the chief, the mayor, the governor come clean? Because the lives that you take are God's precious human beings. Mr. Officer, please come clean. Mrs. Officer, please come clean. Will the judge, the jury, everybody come clean, because the lives that you take are God's precious human beings. The time is ripe. The time is right now. Black and brown, the time is right now, because we are talented. And we must teach our seeds through art, through love, and through unity. Este para los niños. Es por su futuro. Eres lo mejor, no eres lo segundo. And when the economy is down, where do you fit in? You down on your luck, because barrios never win. We live in police states, all they ever see is our skin. And every day we asking God, when is this gonna end? And then another day going by, that means another trend. You lost another friend. You lost some dividends. Wake up every day, all you can see is your struggle. You didn't feel you had a choice. You got caught up in that hustle. But now you doing hard times, and all you got is your rhymes and Zion song to keep you from doing wrong. But think about the ancient people. What did they go through? Now imagine you walking in their shoes. Es todas las Americas y Africana, Sur y Central. I'm sure you know how to rip mics and rock crowds, but the time is ripe. The time is right now. Black and brown, the time is right now because we are talented. And we must teach our seeds through art, through love, and through unity. The time is ripe. The time is right now. Justice for Mitrice Richardson is right now. We are talented. And we must teach our seeds through art, through love, and through unity. I wrote this for the USA. The government in particular, because your governmental practices are identical to Hitler's. But see, we've checked your agenda. You thought we wasn't gonna notice. You do all that you can to keep us distracted and unfocused, and man, your tactics are bogus, protecting all your riches. And now you eat from off my plate, and survival raises up the stakes. See, Granny told me about them wolves dressed just like sheep, and now you switching up your swag from them hoods and them white sheets to some corporations, big banks, and Wall Street. And then you blame it on the families who got to sleep on the concrete. So when it comes down to it, I'm down for revolution, down to organize and to overturn this institution, because the time is ripe. The time is right now. Black and brown, the time is right now, because we are talented, and we must teach our seeds through art, through love, and through unity. The time is ripe. The time is right now. Justice for Oscar Grant begin right now, because we're talented, and we must teach our seeds through art, through love, and through unity. So tell them, open up them cold files, reopen that court case, because their friends and families are suffering every single day. It ain't gotta take Superman to come here with a cape to help us understand your oppressive mind state. When you did what you did and when that lynching took place, there's a possibility you've fallen outside of God's grace. So it's gonna take a family and a community of faith to help you understand the magnitude of this disgrace. So Mr. Officer, please come clean. Mrs. Officer, please come clean. Will the chief, the mayor, the governor come clean? Because the lives that you take are God's precious human beings. Mr. Officer, please come clean. Mrs. Officer, please come clean. Will the judge, the jury, everybody come clean? Because the lives that you take are God's precious human beings. The time is ripe. The time is right now. Justice for everybody begins right now. The time is ripe. The time is right now. Justice for my ancestors begin right now. The time is ripe. The time is right now. Justice for our education system begin right now. The time is ripe. The time is right now. Justice for everybody in jail begins right now. The time is ripe. The time is right now. The time is ripe. The time is right now. Man, I think that was already said.
everyone for showing up. I'm your host, Karima J. Spear, a.k.a. K2 on the mic. You can find me at KarimaSpear.com. That's KarimaSphere.com. Thank you, one and all, for tuning in to the Karima Show and Tell Poetry Cypher on KillRadio.org, on Facebook Live, Simple Radio, Libsyn, and YouTube. I hope you enjoyed the Fifth Thursday Poetry Cypher special. I want to send a special shout out to all the poets who participated and all the folks who stayed tuned. Thank you. Don't fret. If you missed out on this show, next week we're doing a rerun of it. So definitely tune in to KillRadio.org. On the next Karima Show and Tell, it's a live talk show, of course. April 13th, we're going to do the April Fool's Day. It's going to be hella funny. My brother, the comedian. If you ever heard my brother do his comedy, he's a funny dude. And on April 20th is we'll have a 420 show. That's right, 420 show. It's going to be a classic. I've been begged to definitely stream it live. You're not going to see no smoking, so don't even think about it. We're going to talk about the 420 and the smoking, but we're not going to show it. I hope you will tune into the next episode of Karima Show and Tell, where we will talk about everything LA. It's a great show, so go tell somebody about it. So let's ride out to a little music, and then we are finished.
In leaps and bounds, scales and notes and endless quotes. Hey, black soul being told, hypnotizing while improvising is mentally appetizing. Off on a tangent, ain't got a cent. Searching, soaring, exploring, seeking you shall find more time, 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 more time to find who, how, where, when you are you blue? We're not through digging anew. Climbing higher, souls on fire, seeking the top, can't stop, dig bop. Left Earth on a new birth, in space, our place, and face us. Regenerated, less complicated, vibrating, educating, stimulating, young and old as a whole. Those who know jazz is prose and how it goes, and it's going to be me, us, we, free. Baby, can't you see? Hey, check it out without a doubt what it's all about. Then shout. Off and on, being born, rhythmically in a well, can't fail. Smooth sail. Break it down, run it around, give it a pound on the town and the world. Dig the sound of our love inside our pride. That's on the ride. Jazz-oetry is poetry. Getting hat on a scat. The beginning of this, the end of that. Riffing on a cue, the player's never through. Solid, baby, me and you. Smooth, blowing and flowing while your horn is blowing. Putting on the show, digging some more Black Eagle. Growing up, that's us. Smoking, cooking, hard-boiled like a cobra coil. Blowing your mind, a rhythmic time. Digging up, thriving, striving, arriving at conclusions. Life and death all in one breath. Minor chords, soft keys, summer breeze, winter freeze, listen please. Breaking the rules, schooling the fools. Jazz is cool, that's the truth. Dig my proof, rhythm and swing, doing your thing. Abnormally, informally, jazz-oetry is poetry. Poetic vibes, masking bass, flute and drums pick up the pace. Piano keys on a spiraling flight, that's jazz-oetry in black and white. Brilliant colors, glowing hues, instant expression, personal views, spreading the news by way of the blues. Brothers, others, lovers, mothers, sons, friends, brothers, others, lovers, mothers, sons, friends, brothers, others, lovers, mothers, sons, friends. On the set, ain't none of y'all been freed yet. Trying to pin what's happening while you're coming from and going to. Communicating with me and you, internal feeling is spiritually healing when I'm dealing with jazz. That has turned me on, blow your horn. I turn me on, I blow your horn. I turn me on, I blow your horn. I blow your horn. I turn me on. today, tomorrow. To those who oppress, and in particular, to the feel-safe looky-loos of life, who help the lie and the cheat beat the naive, poor and weak. To you I say, me today, you ain't fair, and you tomorrow. Me today, and you tomorrow. You watch the world's war, hunger, pain, and horror with no sorrow. Me today, you tomorrow. Me today, and you tomorrow. You watch horror with no sorrow. Me today, and you tomorrow. When a seed is planted, it starts to grow. And corruption, not killed in the root, will continue to pollute and pollute and pollute and pollute until it's absolute. The wrong you do turns on you. Cause for just a little taste of spice, it comes right back. And something nice. You watch horror. You watch horror. With no sorrow. Me today. And you tomorrow. Watch the home. Me today. And you tomorrow. You tomorrow. Feel safe. Looky-loos of life. Looky-loos of life. You saw the people's pain. You watched. Yet you didn't do or say a thing. You didn't care. Me today. Me today. You tomorrow. You tomorrow. Cause when a ship is sinking, going down, it makes no difference if you captain on the top deck. Going down. You too. Shortly. Don't get wet. Just might. Me today. Me today. You tomorrow. You tomorrow. You tomorrow. You watch sorrow. You watch horror. With no sorrow. With no sorrow. Me today. And you tomorrow. You tomorrow. Me today. And you tomorrow. You tomorrow. Remember, for every beginning, there is an end. There is an end. To everything. Everything. Created by man. Created by man. What you do turns on you. Set it out whack. Kingdoms come and kingdoms go. It comes right. Birth turns to death. Night to a better day. Did you hear what I say? Life just flows that way. Life just flows that way. Me today. Me today. Me today. You tomorrow. You tomorrow. You are sorrow. With no sorrow. With no sorrow. Me today. And you tomorrow.